Okay, so continue natin class. I-apply natin yung concept na natutunan natin dun sa ating product costing system. Ito si problem. Si Copy Mo Company produces a single product that sells for 7 peso per unit. Last year, 100,000 units were produced and 80,000 units were sold. There were no beginning inventories. The company has the following cost structure. So, ito raw. Okay, so maaaring ang requirement natin dito is the net income. Net income under absorption and variable costing. So, unahin natin, class, yung ating absorption costing. Okay, so magkano muna yung sales natin? Sabi natin, 80,000 units daw yung naibenta at 7 peso per unit. So, 80 times 7, 560. So, ito yung sales natin under the absorption costing. Bawas natin yung COGS niya. Okay, so paano yung COGS? Ganito. Yung production natin, production cost, wala raw beginning inventory, so talo na tayo kay production cost. Lipat natin to rito. Nandyan si direct materials, si direct labor, si fixed factory overhead, at si variable factory overhead. So, magkano raw, class, yung na-produce natin or yung production cost natin under the absorption costing? So, 100,000 units yung na-produce. Ang direct materials daw, 1.5 per unit. So, 100,000 times the 1.5 per unit. Pagdating naman kay direct labor, 1 peso per unit daw siya. So, 100,000 units produced times the 1 peso per unit. Si fixed factory overhead, ito nakalagay. Under the factory overhead, ang fixed cost daw niya ay 150,000. And si variable factory overhead, 0.5 per unit produced daw siya. So, 100,000 multiplied by 0.5 per unit produced. Ang total production cost natin, class, is 450,000. Total prod cost. Pero, after this, class, titignan natin, meron pa tayong ending inventory. So, from the looks of it, 100,000 daw yung na-produce, pero 80,000 lang nung nabenta. Ibig sabihin, may 20,000 tayo na hindi na-ibenta. Okay, so less natin, class, yung ating ending inventory. So, magkano ngayon yung ending inventory natin? Okay, so ganito, class. Sabi natin, per unit, ito ay, sabi natin per unit, class, ito yung amount. So, si direct materials o si raw materials, 1.5 per unit. Si direct labor, piso kada unit. Si fixed factory overhead, paano yan? Hindi siya naka-in units. So, 150,000 na absolute amount. Divide natin dun sa 100,000 in units natin or units produced. Then, si variable factory overhead naman, 0.5 per unit. So, ibig sabihin, ang product cost per unit natin is 4.5. So, kung meron tayong ending inventory, class na 20,000 units, ibig sabihin, kada isa raw niyan, nagkakahalaga 4.5. Okay, so 20,000 times 4.5 per unit. So, 90,000 yung ating ending inventory. Bawas natin doon sa total production natin to come up with the cost of goods sold. So, ito raw yung na-produce natin. May naiwan. Ito yung halaga ng naiwan. O, ito yung naibenta. So, ang gross profit natin, class, will be gross profit, 200,000. Bawas natin, class, yung ating selling and administrative. Selling and admin. So, yung selling and admin natin, meron din siyang fixed cost at meron siyang variable cost. Yung variable cost daw niya is 0.5 per unit sold. Okay, so variable, selling, sige, variable na lang natin, and fixed. 0.5 per unit sold. Ang naibenta raw natin is 80,000. So, total variable selling natin is 40,000. And then, yung fixed component naman daw ng ating selling and admin is 80,000. So, ang total selling and admin is 120,000. So, bawas natin yun sa ating gross profit. Lilitaw na ang net income natin under the absorption costing. Under absorption costing is 80,000. So, okay na tayo kay absorption costing. Lipat tayo kay variable costing. So, yung sales, same lang. Bakit same lang? Kasi pareho namang 80,000 yung naibenta at 7 pesos per unit. So, pareho lang. Ang mag-iiba, dun sa ating variable production cost. Okay? So, dito tayo. Kunin muna natin yung total production cost natin. So, dito sa total production cost class, sabi natin, si fixed factory overhead will not form part of the product cost under the variable costing. So, dahil product cost pa lang yung hinahanap natin, i-zero out natin yung fixed factory overhead natin. Yan. So, meron daw tayong 300,000 na production cost under the variable costing. So, bawas natin, class, yung 20,000 na ending inventory. Kasi ito, class, pertaining to sa 100,000 units na pinroduce. Sabi natin, pag product cost, mapupunta lang siya or i-recognize lang natin siya as expense kapag naibenta na. So, yung hindi pa naibibenta na 20,000 units, ibawas natin dyan para makuha natin yung ating variable manufacturing cost. Okay, so, ang tanong, magkano per unit yung 20,000 na yan? So, ganito, gawa ulit tayo nung production cost per unit natin under variable costing. Yan. So, katulad lang nung kanina kay absorption costing, saan lang mag-iiba? Dito kay fixed factory overhead kasi hindi yan part ng product cost natin. Kaya i-zero ulit natin yan. Ibig sabihin, class, ang product cost per unit natin ay 3 piso kada unit. So, 3 pesos times the 20,000 units na ending inventory, yan daw yung hindi naibenta. Bawas natin, class, dun sa product cost natin para makuha natin yung hindi pa para makuha natin yung naibenta na. Okay, so ito raw yung product cost natin, out of which hindi raw naibenta 60,000. So yung naibenta 240,000. Bawas natin dyan, class, or bawas natin yan mula dun sa ating sales. Lilitaw ngayon yung ating contribution margin related to manufacturing. Yan. Bawas natin ngayon yung less selling and admin na variable. So, magkano raw yun? Ulitin natin. Ang sabi kay variable component ng ating selling and admin, 0.5 per unit sold. Okay, so 0.5, because 0.5 times 80,000 units sold. Yan. So, ang ating final contribution margin is 280,000. Yan. Final contribution margin, 280,000. Bawas natin yung selling and admin na fixed cost component. Ang fixed cost component daw niyan is 80,000. And bukod dyan, ibawas natin in full or 100% yung ating fixed factory overhead. Magkano nga yung fixed factory overhead natin? So, kung babalikan natin, 150,000 daw. 50, 1, 2, 3. So, yung total fixed na ibabawas natin dun sa ating final contribution margin is 230,000. So, bawas natin yan ngayon dun sa ating final contribution margin na 280,000. Ibig sabihin, may net income tayo. Net income under the variable costing na 50,000. Reconcile natin to gamit yung formula natin dun sa ating production costing system na concept. Okay? So, ang formula natin, sabi natin nung na-reconcile natin, will be net income under absorption costing, add the fixed factory overhead nung ating beginning inventory, less the fixed factory overhead nung ating ending inventory to come up with the net income under variable costing. So, ang net income daw natin under absorption costing class, net income natin yung kanina, kuha natin 80,000. Yan. Ngayon, meron ba tayong beginning inventory? So, kung pabalikan natin si problem, wala. Kaya nga nag-start yung COGS natin sa production cost kasi wala tayong beginning inventory. So, zero na yan. Meron ba tayong ending inventory? Meron. Nasa 20,000 units daw. Magkano yung fixed overhead component ng ating ending inventory? Sabi natin kanina, ang per unit ng fixed factory overhead is 1.5. Bakit naging 1.5? Kasi kung babalikan natin yung problem, ang fixed cost absolute amount daw niya is 150,000. I-divide natin doon sa 100,000 na units produced. So, 1.5. So, 20,000 units yung hindi na ibenta multiplied by the 1.5 na fixed factory overhead per unit. So, 30,000 class. So, dahil nakaless yan, 80,000 plus natin yung beginning or yung fixed factory overhead beginning inventory, less natin yung 30,000 class na fixed factory overhead nung ending inventory. Lilitaw, ang net income under variable costing daw natin dapat is 50,000. So, balikan natin yung income statement natin under variable costing, kung tutugma. So, tama ba? Eto, pareho silang 50,000. Okay, so yun yung reconciliation class nung ating net income under absorption and under variable costing.